believe in that, Mr. Speaker.
Ian Lees-Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Split
Speaker.
call, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, for those members in the House who weren't at the Select Committee, and although I'm no longer a member of the Transport and Industrial Relations Select Committee, I did sit through a number of the hearings on this legislation. We heard from all sorts of different people. We heard from cleaners on the minimum wage. We heard from aged care workers. We heard from meat workers who work in the private sector. We heard from clerical workers. We heard from academics. We heard from education support staff. We heard from teachers. We heard from people right across the range, the breadth, the depth of the New Zealand workforce. All sorts of different people. And they all came to tell us the same thing, that this legislation is unfair, that it will make their lives tougher at work, and most importantly, that this legislation will keep wages down.
That's right.
Now, I say we had people from all different parts of society, all the different kinds of people that the National Party seems to hate, but they had some things in common as well. And Scott Simpson was quite derisory about the fact that overwhelmingly the workers who came and spoke to us were union members. Now, there's a reason why the people who came and spoke to us were union members, because being a member of a union gives a worker the opportunity to be organised, gives workers the opportunity to have their say on legislation like this. So not only by trying to break up unions through this legislation is this government trying to keep wages down and keep workers down, they're trying to stop ordinary people engaging in the legislative and democratic process, just like they are trying to stop workers from engaging in their workplace, from having a say in their workplace. Because I heard the previous National Party member, gosh, I can't even remember who it was, and I can't see him now, Simon O'Connor, who said that this was about control. Well, he's absolutely right, because the National Party wants to ensure that workers are under control from the government by making sure they don't have the opportunity to work together, not only in their workplaces for better pay and for better conditions at work, and to have a say about their workplace and their industry, because, shock horror, this might come as a surprise to the National Party, but workers actually have some really good ideas about what is right for their industry and what will make their industry sustainable. In fact, the businesses that have done best through the financial crisis have actually been cooperatives, where the workers own the business because they knew what was best for their businesses and they knew how to get their businesses through difficult times without having to lay people off. That is the power of working together. That is the power of the collective, and National hates it. They hate it because they are working for the 1%. They are working for the top end of town, the people who benefit when ordinary people are divided. When ordinary people are divided, that's when the National Party does well. And I say we should be doing everything we can to give ordinary people the opportunity to work together. And if they'll work together against that government, then we'll back them even more. Because it's only when people have the opportunity to work together that we see wages increase. I heard Mike Sabin talking about productivity. Well, it's absolutely true that as productivity goes up, so should wages. But have we seen that over the last 2 or 3 decades? Have we seen it since the Employment Contracts Act? No way. What we've seen is productivity increase and wages left behind, and that is a direct result of the union-busting Employment Contracts Act introduced in the early 1990s. And what we should be doing is trying to recover ground for workers. We should be saying that all those ordinary New Zealanders, the cleaners, the meat workers, the teachers, the academics, the people who work in engineering firms, the people who work day in, day out doing the right thing, trying to get ahead in life, should be given the opportunity to work together to get ahead. But no, this National Party believes in divide and rule. And if we stand united, that's when we'll beat this lot.
Jan Logie.
I'm pleased to take a call and express the Green Party's unequivocal opposition to this bill. My colleague Denise Roche has outlined many of our reasons earlier for opposing this bill, and tonight